More and more people I speak to, and this might be the goal for you, have this magical goal of hitting the first $100,000 in profit with cryptocurrency. And I find the reason that seems to be is the 100,000 is where you hit that six-figure mark. Most people investing in cryptocurrency typically have 5 to 10k, if not a little bit more, but sometimes maybe 2 to 3k if they're kind of living paycheck to paycheck and they're just getting brand new in the game. So before we get into talking about this with cryptocurrency, it's like I would ask yourself, realistically, how likely is this for you to achieve this bull run? Because you can look at coin market cap and you can ask yourself, well, is Bitcoin going to give me the magical 100k in profit? Not 100k in price, by the way, unless you can buy a full Bitcoin. That's a different game, but you need 68k. So yeah, doesn't make much sense. But I would ask yourself, you've got 2 to 5k, is this investment going to make you $100,000? The answer is fuck no. Then you would look at Ethereum. Is a $4,000 give or take Ethereum going to make you $100,000 off the 5k investment, the 10k investment? Well, fuck no, it's not going to happen. So that's the initial problem with cryptocurrency level for new people. So if you are brand new, I would avoid the Bitcoin, Ethereum, unless it's maybe $100, $200 and you're just starting to buy, get your feet wet, because that's what typically happens, and then you go under avenues of other coins. But also you have the problem of people coming into this category, the meme coin, and there's nothing wrong with meme coins. We ride meme coins all the time. It can be very fun, but if you're just going, okay, well, these market caps are too far gone, or typically I'll start there again, people say, oh, Dogecoin, that did well in the last bull run. Dogecoin can easily hit $10. No, brother, the market cap doesn't make sense. Let's hit $1 first and then we'll talk about that. Another thing people do is they go under the smallest market caps in the fucking world and you look at Honk, Baby Trump, and again, these coins can make you a lot of money. Baby Trump here, 169% in the last 7 days, don't get me wrong, but the chances of you picking this with your paycheck to paycheck mindset, if you've never done cryptocurrency before, is very fucking unlikely. So you'll make more money doing the Bitcoin and Ethereum way, that's for certain. With this, typically you'll lose money unless you're a veteran. That's just something you guys need to understand. For example, here's a coin I remember in the last bull run, Cummies. What happened to it? Everybody got super excited up here, and then it never did anything, and it probably will never, ever, ever do anything. So again, that's the kind of introduction to this video before I get into the meat and potatoes of it. Why do you want this, and how does that look like for you? Because the coins make all the difference. You can come in and beat me at the game with $5,000 if you play cryptocurrency perfect, and I've got a portfolio of over $500,000 now. Give or take, when it changes, it pumps, it dumps, etc. It moves quite a lot once you get to that level. If you're a veteran and you have $5,000, chances are you're not a veteran if you have 5k. It doesn't make sense, but let's just pretend you are. You could come in there and print 5 million if you play every play well, but that's not you, right? Chances are that's not you. Your goal is just to get the 20x and just get out and then maybe rinse and repeat this for the next bull run or start a business, etc. So here is the kicker of this. And it's the first 100k in anything is always the hardest, but it's the most important. So cryptocurrency, to get that first 100k, once you get it, it's very, very hard. That's if you think it's easy, you would already have it, let's be honest. So if you think the first 100k is going to be easy, you would already fucking have it, brother. Let's just be honest. Again, we want you to get it. We believe in you. I believe in you. If nobody else does, come on, let's do it, brother. But once you do that, and let's say you successfully do that, it's very, very easy to get to the $1 million. You can start taking some big bets. You don't need to ride shit coins anymore, although maybe you should with maybe 10% of that, and then you can really get speculative and one of them pops off, and then it's very fucking easy. But again, going back to business, when you make the first 100k, it's very, very difficult, but once you have the 100k in your bank account, you can start hiring people, you can start finding researchers, you can start growing any sort of business once you have that. Or it can buy you time, if that makes sense. You can get out the job. So the first 100k in anything, especially cryptocurrency, is the hardest, but it's the most important. But here's why it sucks. If you're in the UK, typed in the average salary here is £33,000. I guess that's like maybe 40k, 45k USDT or USD, and that's about £17 per hour, which gives you about 2.75k GBP a month. That's fine, but the problem is rent's expensive, cars probably expensive, food's getting more expensive. You probably want to have some sort of a life. Maybe you don't have a great lifestyle because this is not going to give you a crazy lifestyle, especially with all this. But you probably want to do something every now and again, at least in the 30 days. You probably want to do at least 1 or 2 dinners or something. Might have kids, probably very expensive. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. You might have a wife, probably very expensive. I don't know. Dog, my most expensive thing. We love that dog. That's the problem with this, because once you have this, You have nothing else. So how on earth are you supposed to buy cryptocurrency with this average salary? Again, get this doubled. Easier said than done. Of course, I wish I could double my, it's not really a salary, but my business tomorrow. It doesn't really happen. You have to put in a lot of work. But the problem with jobs there, especially at 95 and it's not a sales job, is you can't really double your income. It doesn't really work like that. You get promotions, fantastic, but you're not just doubling your income. So that's the problem. And that's probably why you're probably watching this video, because you're up maybe to 2 to 5K, and how do you get the first 100K? The good news is you can do this with cryptocurrency. I'll show you a strategy. It's one that is risky, but you have to have some risk if you've only got $5,000 and you want to turn this into 100K. There obviously has to be some risk, especially if you're getting cryptocurrency right now. So before that, why do you even want 100K? What's 100K for? Answer that right now. Write it down. What do you want? Is it to quit the job? Fair enough. I'll give you a pass. Is it to maybe buy a new car? Fine. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, but if you don't define why you want 100K, you just wake up and say, oh, I want 100K, it's probably not going to fucking happen, right? So why do you want 100K? If it's just one thing, if it's a couple of things, you might still want to work the job, but you just might want to just go on a couple of holidays a year. That's fine. Just write it down, because if you don't know and you're just guessing, I promise you'll never get it. So my 10x in the last run, I played the 10x like you might be playing the 5 to 10K to 100K this bull run, but I played the 10x very, very differently. So here is a screenshot of half of my portfolio back in the days on my Trezor, and you could see I had 2.5 Bitcoin and I had 30 Ethereum. Now again, this video was updated on February the 7th, 2021. So the portfolio value here was about 112K, give or take maybe 135K, 140K USD. But obviously I started buying way before this, and this is when cryptocurrency really had its first move. So I started to buy August, September 2020, mostly Bitcoin, Ethereum. But the problem with this is, and I wish this was still an option, even for me, let alone for you, these coins, not going to give you that. So I got a 10x off this bad boy here. I was buying Ethereum at like 400 up to 450. Ethereum went to 4.9K. I got the 10x on the second most largest coin on the planet. That gave me a 10x. The problem is the third coin, the fourth coin, this coin, probably this coin's already give you a 10x. You're too late for this one, especially buying right here. This is not going to, none of these coins are pretty much going to give you that 10x, in my opinion, in this next bull run. And that's why you need to come down the riskier plays. And you probably need a 20x if you've got the 5K portfolio, so that it gets even harder. So again, it was easy back in 2020. Of course, I never took profits. I lost it all, but I understand the lessons I made, and that's why I'm sharing them to you. So different game you're playing now. The good news is there's a lot more crazier gains, in my opinion, in this next bull run. Now, if Bitcoin runs up to 500K, we don't know if that's going to happen. Let's just say it does happen. I don't think it will, by the way. Then you can get the Ethereum 10x. It'll still be there, probably. So I wouldn't bet on that, though. That's the problem. So the small investor strategy, and there's a couple. But if you want maximum risk, and you don't care, you should care, but if you want maximum risk and maximum return, you would play this first strategy. So you've got the 5K, and I would play that into 8 positions, meaning 8 coins. So a little bit less than $1,000 in each coin. You'd map that out however you want to do, but what I would really bet on is understanding hype and what is happening in the world today. Example, right now, election coins are going fucking crazy. Now, none of these are paid videos. This is not a sponsor promotion of these coins, just to keep full transparency. I just want to show you what's possible out there. And if you buy these coins today, you're probably a fucking idiot, right? Because they've pumped up so massively. They could keep going, but again, do not buy these coins if you're just listening to me. Go and do the research for yourself. But I'm just showing you understanding hype, because we've seen this in AI with Render. We started to see this with Solana ecosystems. And now what we're seeing right now is election coins are going fucking bananas. Biggest one right now is MAGA. If you look at MAGA on the last year, it is up 80, is that 88,000? I don't even know. 8,000 or 88,000. Pretty much you became a millionaire of zero money, right? Went from zero. You look at the last month, it's still ripping up 160%. But I would bet, I think the election, USA guys, correct me if I'm wrong, the election is round about November. And whether Trump wins or not, let's just say he wins, okay, you're going to make way fucking more money, and I think he will win. I'm not here, I live in the UK and I actually live in Thailand, so I have no idea about politics or anything. It's not my place. American guys, you sort yourself out. But regardless, the hype, if he puts out a tweet, which he's already started to do, and I guarantee he's behind some of these coins, he has to be just riding some of this. There's no way Trump's obviously rich. Some people would argue he's not, whatever, but there's no way he's not making money on the side. Like, let's be honest, money for me is at least a game. Even if I'm a billionaire, multi-millionaire, I still want to make money. It's still a little bit of fun. I'm sure you would agree as well. Maybe you don't. It doesn't really matter. But again, this is kind of like, I don't want to say the next narrative because it's not a narrative. The election, right? That's AI, real world assets, gaming coins, memes, I guess, a little bit. But this is what's happening right now, and it's probably going to keep happening, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You'll have dips, you'll have runs along the way. But if you want to build up some positions, again, this one might not be the smartest because it's pumped so high. But again, this is how you go way past 100K. That's an example. Another one, you just literally just type in Trump. Literally just type in Trump, and you'll see what's happening right now. In the last month, this coin is 10x'd. Okay? So you've already done the 10x. We're not even in 2025's bull run, right? Here's the 10x right here in the last month. If you want to go under Biden, Joe, whatever his name is, you can do this away in the last, let's just look at the last month here. This one's already 200%. Again, I would play the Trump coins more than the Bidens. Obviously, if Biden wins, game over. But I think Trump, even if he wins or loses, the coins will still outperform, if that makes sense. There's just way more people like Trump, way more people, especially in the cryptocurrency. I think Trump has put out several tweets out. He's for cryptocurrency, so the gains on this, and this is how you understand what is happening. Again, not a narrative. Let's make that clear. It's just hype and what is happening. Super fucking risky if you don't know what you're doing, by the way. You will lose money if you just come in this thinking you can just choose a coin and lose. You will fucking lose money. But if you do what you're doing, you can very easily, and you can go way beyond this, turn that initial 5K to 20 to 50K with ease. And then you can go down the top 100 coins, the top 10 coins, and you can just play at 2 to 3x, and then you hit 100K with ease, right? You can do this in 2 swaps. You have the 5 to 8 plays, or maybe you buy 2 or 3 Trump coins. You get an easy 10, 20. They'll do way more than that if you hold it for November, in my opinion, if you choose the right ones. You'll hit the 100K regardless, but let's just say you ride this to a 10x. Then you just pick a coin. You can then pick Ethereum. It'll give you a 2x, and then you've hit 100K. Boom, done, finished, complete. Next way, safer, but way less returns. You look at the top 100 coins. So you come in here, and you pick 2 to 3. I would ignore Bitcoin, Ethereum. I would probably ignore the top 10. Maybe Solana I would add there, but it's just went so far. It's probably not going to do, might still do a 10x to be honest, but it would be very hard. I would maybe pick, after top 20, start looking at a position, pick 2 to 3 here, and then I would come to the gaming space, and I would do the same. I would pick one top one. For me, that's Illumium. And then I would come down the play and look for a smaller market cap again. I would do the same with the AI picks. That might be still a render for you, and then you might find just a random fucking one, but still has a good use case. Again, we're not randomly betting. We want to do a little bit of research, look at the team, if they have one, look at the adoption. But again, just understand with the lower market caps, a little bit risky. But again, that's the risk/reward you're playing. And the top 10, the top 100 will save you. The top gaming one will save you. The top AI one will probably save you. You'll still make money. And that's why you can be a little bit more risky with this. Then you could go into the top Solana ecosystem. They'll still have a run. They've already had massive runs. And then memes will obviously still run. So this will make you fucking rich, but you have to be lucky. This will get you to 100K with a good strategy. Now, what happens once you get to the 100K is, like I said at the start of this video, you can take big educated bets. Meaning stuff really doesn't need to move. Once you get to that, a 2x of 100K, it's 200K. A 2x of that, that's 400K. Then you're a millionaire if you get a 2.5x of that. You can do it in a couple of plays. The problem is you need to catch a lot of good picks. Ideally, you get the job income up, but nobody wants to talk about that, so you come under this. This would be the best play, but it's super fucking risky. I'd love to know your thoughts on what you're playing for the 100K if you are a small investor. Buzz me in the comments below. See you in the next video.